Hey YouTube, it's Hex again. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm coming at you guys, let me show you here, with a video. Excuse the messy stove. I'm doing this before I actually clean my stove, just in case I spill wax. This is going to be my video on how I actually clean out my candle jars. I know it's been highly requested, so I might insert video clips or edit the video down and then show you the final result and then give you like slideshows and step by step. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. Basically what you want, a little pot with some boiling water, not necessarily boiling, but like simmering water, just make it really hot. Your candle jar, like I peeled the label off of this. When you get the labels off, if you have a label that's stubborn like this one, don't worry about it. The water will take it off usually. And some paper towels, and then some rubbing alcohol. The rubbing alcohol is to get the wax actually out of the jar once you've poured the remainder out. So once you have the water simmering, I'm just going to go ahead and set. My candle in there. I'm going to turn the heat down because it's a little too hot. I don't want the jar to burst on me. Let's see if I can turn my light on here. No? Okay. So the light's not going to come on, y'all. Sorry. And essentially I'm just kind of letting that sit, and you're just going to let it start to melt. So I'll come back in a few minutes. Hey guys, I'm back. I grabbed my phone so that I could use the flashlight on my phone to kind of give you guys a better lighting. What you're seeing here is just the candle sitting in the water. Now you don't want the water boiling, you want a little simmer so you can see the kind of bubbles popping, but you don't want it to slosh the jar around. And as you guys can probably tell, you'll see the shine in there, the wax is starting to melt. This is a bit of a process. It just takes a little bit of time. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish the process of cleaning all my jars, and then I'll come back and show you guys the finished product. It's really self-explanatory. I'll insert a slide giving you step by step how to do it. Yeah, so let me show you over here. I actually have some old candle jars from old spells that I have, and I keep some of these for when I do this. And basically, if there's candle wax that I want to save for any purpose, I will pour them in here so that I can remelt them and use them with something. Or what you can do is get a pan and put some parchment paper down, like you're making like a caramel or like a fudge. Pour the hot candle wax into there, let it sit for a bit, and as it starts to solidify, but it's still like mushy and you can form it, I roll the parchment paper and almost create like a bar of wax. So you can do that as well. It just takes a little bit of time. I'll come back and I'll show you guys. You know what? Let me just tell you right now. It'll be a little easier that way. So once your candle wax has melted inside your jar, that's in the pot, what you're going to do is get your empty jar ready and some paper towels and some rubbing alcohol. And what you want to do is carefully, so you don't burn yourself, pour your candle wax that's been melted out of its original container into however you're going to dispose of it. Some people will pour it into like a jar lined with paper towels and then take those paper towels out after it's absorbed all the wax and they throw them away. It depends on if you want to save the wax or not. And then what you'll do is quickly, before that wax has time to solidify that's in the actual container, let me turn this down because it's starting to boil. What you'll do is get a little bit of rubbing alcohol and on a paper towel, and you'll kind of wipe the inside of the jar clean. And what that's going to do is the alcohol is a solvent, so it's going to remove the wax without it solidifying, and that way you have a fresh, clean jar. I personally like to use alcohol as well because it sanitizes the inside of the jar as you're cleansing it, and that way whatever I put in there, if it happens to be an herb, it's not contaminated with anything funky. So I'll come back to show you guys the finished product when it's all done. I'll talk to you soon. Hey guys, just wanted to give you an update on this particular candle. As you can see, it's almost completely melted. I'm just letting it sit. You're going to see the wick holders. Now, two things can happen with the wick holders. They can be stuck down because they're glued and the glue does not melt. So you would have to actually pry them out carefully once you clean out the jar, or they'll pour right out if the glue melts. So just depending on what happens is going to determine how you take care of it. At this point, because the wax is completely melted and there's just a disc sitting on top, you could even start the pouring process now. I want all of the wax out, so I'm just going to kind of wait and see what happens. Okay, I will talk to you in a minute. Okay, y'all, another few minutes has passed. I have cleaned it out the best that I can for now. What you see in there are the dots of glue. So just keep in mind that certain brands do their wicks a little differently. They actually use, it looks like some kind of a plasticine glue to adhere their wicks at Bath & Body Works. So they get really gummy and are like kind of hot glue when it's melted. As it starts to dry. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to use lemon essential oil to kind of break that down and kind of get rid of what's left inside. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove the label. I just wanted to show you though, as you can see right there, that is the wax from the candle and it's starting to dry. So I'm just going to let that do its thing. And I have my other candle ready to go and it's in the pot of water starting to melt. This is another way too that you guys can smell up your house if you cannot light your candle anymore. You can kind of just let them melt and use it like a candle warmer and then dispose of it that way. Another option you guys have is if you don't necessarily want to put the candle wax in jars, if you guys have a wax warmer or like a Scentsy thing where you put wax tablets or the wax cubes in, pour your melted candle wax into there and utilize that as the warmer for that wax until you get all the fragrance out of it, and then you can dispose of it. So there's a few options to repurpose that leftover wax. So I will come back and show you guys the completely finished product and then tell you guys what I'm going to use these jars for. So I'll talk to you in a few minutes. Alright guys, I am back with the final results. Let me show you guys here. This was my Yankee Candle, the Better Homes, I think it was, from Walmart that you can get. It's by Yankee Candle, and that was the Midnight Path, which is a black candle. So as you can see, I have gotten it completely clean. Now, that black streak you see in there is actually the like rubbery plastic seal that keeps the container airtight. It looks like it just got stained from the candle. Not a big deal. I've actually pulled it off and tried to clean it. That's as far as I got. But the jar is completely ready. I'm actually going to use this one for my chicken's feet. Let me show you the Bath & Body Works. Now, I find it interesting with the Bath & Body Works that the actual, like, this is the amber colored jar. The glass is not actually tinted. It's actually like a plastic overlay, which I did not know. This is the first time I've done this with the Bath & Body Works candles. I normally only have done that with these types of candles or my Novena candles, which are like the 7-day candles, things like that. Or actually tinted jar candles that the glass was colored like apothecary colors. So, unfortunately, if you see there, some of the overlay at the bottom where there was the most heat was peeled off when I peeled off the rest of that label. Not a big deal, because essentially that'll be sitting down, so no light's going to enter that way. But yeah, that one's clean as well. And y'all, I used lemon essential oil to finish getting out the wax residue and the little glue dots from the wick holders. I used rubbing alcohol to get most of it out, and then I went in with the lemon essential oil, so it smells absolutely incredible. I used my doTERRA lemon essential oil for that, just a few drops at a time as I drop and spill that everywhere. Okay, great. As you guys see, I just made a huge mess. I spilled my cascadilla all over my altar, so I'll have to clean that up in a bit. But the reason I do lemon essential oil is it's super purifying, and so it literally will eat away the toxins in that glue and completely dismantle it, and you can just wipe it away with a paper towel. You might have to scrub a little bit if it's kind of stubborn, but it comes right out for the most part, rather than using like a Goo Gone or an oil like that's greasy oily, because it's a dry oil, being essential oils so pure that it literally just evaporates. And it leaves the glass smelling incredible. So this one I'm sure I'm going to use for some kind of herb or mixture of some kind. I have a lid here. Now this was not the correct lid that came on it, but unfortunately the lid that I had, I don't know what the actual hell I did with it. So this is from the current candle that I'm burning, which is the cedar wood and citron. If you can see my altar back here, it's burning now, just for a little fragrance. Um, yeah, so that's ready to go. Now I've had some questions about um, how I get the actual candle fragrance to leave the jar. Personally, for me, I've not had a problem with the candle fragrance really staying behind too much. Let me take a whiff. I mean, a little, not much, but I don't know if it's because I use a lemon essential oil to help finish cleansing it, but what that does is it just leaves it a fresh, kind of citrusy smell. Yeah. But I mean, now, as far as like this being for chicken's feet, I don't really care what the smell is. The chicken's feet have like a dried fried chicken smell, which I don't particularly enjoy. So anything that can give it more fragrance will be great. I'll actually put incense cones in here as well. Um, yeah. And then this one here, also I really don't have. Yeah, it just smells clean. It doesn't smell like a particular scent, so I'm not too concerned with it, with herbs. If you have any issues with it before you utilize it, sorry y'all, I'm gonna take you out of frame for a second. If you have any concerns before you utilize them, leave them open for a couple days and let them air out. If that still does not take care of the scent leaving, one thing to try is vinegar and baking soda. Um, or sprinkling some baking soda in there and sealing it and leaving that to dry, and the baking soda should absorb most of the scent. I mean, it just, you're going to have to kind of see what works for the particular scent, because some of them might be so strong that they actually ingrained into the glass, if there's any little pores in the glass, depending on how high the quality of the glass is, you know what I mean? So it just, you'll have to kind of see what works for you. But yeah, I'm not even going to really insert the slide that I was talking about, because it literally is that easy to melt the wax out of your glass. So what you're going to do, and I'll go over it one more time, is take your pot of water, get it nice and hot, set your candle in the pot of water, let the wax begin to melt and do its thing. Once it's melted, find a container or dispose of the wax however you choose. Just don't pour it down your drain, people. Do not pour it down your drain. It will clog up your entire plumbing system and you'll be in for hell. So, um, you want to pour it in like a trash can, something like that. So you want to just melt it down, pour it out, go in with rubbing alcohol, wipe the residue out of it, get the wick holders out, and then you can use rubbing alcohol if it works for you, or acetone if it works for you. I prefer to keep things as natural as possible like that, so I use lemon essential oil, like I was saying, to finish cleaning the jar. Then if there's a fragrance issue, deal with the fragrance issue, and then you have your jars ready to go. It really is that simple. Um, yeah, there's not much else to it, I don't think. Let me show you here. Excuse the boxes of trash that we're getting rid of. I'm just getting ready to take those out in a few minutes when I go to check the mail. I'm just kind of waiting to do it all in one swoop because it's hotter than hell outside and I'm trying not to go out as much as possible. Let me see if I can zoom y'all in. Let me see here. I don't think it's going to let me zoom. There we go. Just took a second. That double colored candle there, that's on my ancestral altar. Right now my ancestral altar is kind of dismantled. I'm adding some things, moving some stuff around. But that's the remainder of that wax. I'm putting it on my ancestral altar because I'm going to utilize that in something for that I will talk about in a different video. But I'm just letting that dry and finish setting over there. Yeah, so let me take you guys back here. Yeah, so that's pretty much how you would want to clean your candles. I'm going to segment this video together as best I can, so bear with me if the editing's a little choppy because I have like so many parts to it. If you guys want to see, you know what, I'll just insert some pictures of like this jar with the chicken's feet and stuff in there so you can kind of see what it looks like. Yeah, if you guys want to see anything more about like repurposing jars, let me know. Talk with me in the comments below. Tell me what you guys think. If you have any questions about anything else, or videos you guys would love to see from me, give me some give me some ideas in the comments below as well. I have a small list that I'm going to go through and actually make. I'm going to try to do some of them today. One of them is a video response to Ember Honey Raven. There's a few other things that I want to do. But this was one of them that I wanted to check off my list immediately because I know it's something we had been talking about in Witchiversity briefly in the comments. So yeah, and I think I'm also going to do a video on how I cleanse and dress that cleansing candle that I'm doing for my mom. I still haven't done that for her. And the haul was quite a few days ago. So I'm going to try to catch up with that. I have just been so busy with work, y'all. Keeping me absolutely busy. So, you know, not that I'm complaining at all. It's just I'm trying to squeeze in videos when I can. On my days off when I have the extra time. So that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do how to dress that candle, or how I personally cleanse and dress my jar candles, my novena candles, for their specific purposes. Yeah, so I should probably do a whole video for that. So that'll be coming up as well. I'm also waiting. When the mail arrives, I have my monthly order from doTERRA, which, as you guys know, I'm a wellness advocate for the company, which is where I get my essential oils from, that I've kind of done a quick video about. So I might do a quick haul video for you guys with that, because doTERRA just released some new products, and I got a set of the new products, which I'm really excited about. So those of you guys that love aromatherapy or are really into that kind of a thing, that will be a video that you guys want to look out for as well, because I'm going to talk a little bit about the oils and the smells and just how I'm going to use them in my everyday life as well as my magical purposes. So yeah, kind of keep a lookout, you guys. There's going to be some stuff coming throughout this next week. As always, blessed be, and I will talk to you soon.